Welcome to the wide world of pancakes, where we will be exploring the most traditional of breakfast foods, in an effort to determine if there is cause and justification to make them from scratch, instead of relying on a box like this. So here's the thing. Pancakes. They're pancakes. Most of us take them for granted, and I've definitely made my share of syrup delivery devices over the years. But today we are going to be making pancakes from scratch, which is something I'm willing to bet far fewer people have done, because why would you? Of course, the obvious answer to that question is, well, because making them from scratch would make them far more delicious, right? That's the thought. But is it though? Is it really? Now, far be it for me to say anything in support of the international pancake conglomerate, which relies on our reliance on their convenience to maintain their wealth and status. But when it comes to breakfast, I think convenience does matter. So let's give this semi-instant pancake mix a try and see how it stacks up. Well, there's not much in the way of, interesting looking ingredients this time. We've got sugar, salt, baking powder or baking soda, one of the two, and AP flour. That's the whole of the instant pancake mix. Not much. But if we do compare that to actual pancake mix that you buy in the store altogether, you would see something like enriched bleached flour, which is to say wheat flour, malted barley flour, niacin, reduced iron, thiamine mononitrate, riboflavin, and folic acid. Sounds like a lot of chemical enhancement, but it's probably not that different from your regular AP flour. We also have sugar, dextrose, leavening, which is baking soda, sodium, aluminum phosphate, monocalcium phosphate. Then we have food starch modified, salt, soybean oil, egg whites, and buttermilk. Also contains wheat, milk, and eggs. May contain soy and tree nuts. I honestly thought that the ingredients list would be a lot more chemically enhanced than what we're making in the kitchen right now, but they're actually pretty close. I guess it shouldn't really be a surprise. I mean, they're pancakes. There's only so much that goes into them. It's just that one is fresh, up in the kitchen, while the other is just dehydrated and waiting for a little water. Which means the biggest difference is going to come in the liquidous substance that we're going to make later. See how that works out. So basically all of this is just going to get sifted in. It's going to be a thrill a minute to watch, I'm sure. And yep, I'm going to make you watch most of it. The winner is the person who can get through the whole video without skipping ahead. Okay, this is a lot of flour though, going into... Well, we'll see how this goes. Let's do it this way. You. Half of you. For you. And siftingly will go, etc., etc., etc. Yep. Sifting. So we're sifting then. What we really need is some dramatic music to liven this up. Are we entertained yet? Still sifting. And making more of a mess than is necessary.
Just think, some people buy those little exercise spring-loaded lameness. They could just make pancakes. I think this is working too well right now. Never would over it.
So let that be a lesson to all other would-be cooks out there. Don't overload it.
And the answer is yes. It goes a lot easier when you only do a little bit at a time instead of trying to cram it all in the sifter. But you know, I swear it worked well once before you just do it all at once. Anyway, let's go a lot faster now. Arm doesn't get any less tired though.
Oh, and that doesn't mean I'm done making you watch the sifting parts either, though.
It's more or less it. A little one more than the last, or vice versa. That comes to sifted, right? And you. There we go. I guess that is instant pancake mix. It's been achieved. And yay! Alright, onto the actual hard bit.
Even I wouldn't normally call making pancakes the hard bit. But that's because most of the pancakes I've made up until now in my life have pretty much involved putting a watery substance on a powdery substance and pouring the resulting goopy substance onto a hot surface. And while that is basically the same process here, since we're making them from scratch, there are going to be one or two extra steps. So maybe we should just call the hard bit the comparatively hard bit.
Okay, so I think we're ready for the second part. Like I said, it's a lot more complex than just getting your instant pancake mix. But whatever. We have, in this case, our semi-instant pancake mix. We'll go into one bowl. Buttermilk, we'll go into another one. And then we'll be separating some eggs. And that's where it gets even more interesting. All right, let's see. Yeah, dude, yeah. I've not actually separated eggs in multiple years. So here's for hoping.
But I do intend to get much better at this particular skill over the next few hundred recipes you're about to witness here.
Gently, more or less. Come on. Work with me. Get off of there, you glob of snot thing. There, close enough. Call it good. No, that's not gonna work. It's kind of working. Okay. I'm calling it good.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so I'm gonna mix the white into that. Goopy. And we have kind of cooled butter here. Don't really want it to re-solidify, so it's still a little warm. Should be okay though. Let's whisk the yolks into that. Butter mix goes into the buttermilk mix.
See, it's fine. But this liquidy substance is definitely a lot more complicated than you would need for something like this. Here's for hoping it's worth it.
Okay, that's all come together. So finally, with the buttermilk and butter mixture together, it comes together on top of the dry mixture. In there. And of course, on the show, it's clear that he really only does about 10 stirs to integrate it and then call it good. I'm not actually counting right now because here's the thing. How do you count that? Get the stuff out of the stupid whisk. Anyway, it's coming together pretty good. So I will go by the 10 count stir, but I'll be sure to leave plenty of dry stuff in there. Looking pretty good though. Not bad. Okay. Looks about right. Let's see now.
Now is where things start to go a little wonky. You're about to see my very first use of a brand new griddle. It's a good griddle, I think. And I'm going to try to test the heat the way Mr. Brown suggests on the show and in the book, which is to spritz some water on it and see how it reacts. And I don't think I get it right.
I think we're a little hot. It's not. Wait for it. Bam! Kind of fun though. Now we're getting closer. Well, that still might be a little too hot, but we're just going to work with it. Wipe off excess and on with the goop. Now the recipe talks about portioning these out right and proper, and I'm pretty much gonna eyeball it.
And eyeballing it is probably fine, because the thing is, while I was setting up for the shot, the goop took that opportunity to really kind of thicken up on me. So it's not exactly a smooth pour anyway. And while I like a thick pancake, I don't think this is quite right. But it's probably fine, as long as it cooks all the way through.
I'm not all for perfectly round pancakes. I mean, it's nice in theory.
And while we're at it, let's just add in some flavor enhancements. Start with a classic, blueberries.
Might have waited a little too long to put these on. Let's call it. So we're kind of really putting them on right now. Gently. There you go. Still has a little give, so that's probably all right. Yeah, we're gonna cheat and check. Crud. Yep, figures. The flip. Yeah! This first batch had to happen. Nope. Careful. Okay, the first batch, come on, the first batch has to zero out it's fine, it's just a little crunchy time.
So blueberries are fine, apparently. So next we're gonna add some more fruit, this time straight out of a can. Figured it'd be convenient and interesting to try some fruit cocktail.
So what you didn't see was the addition of fruit to the pancakes of various kinds.
Because it turns out that for some reason, my camera stopped working on me. Don't know why.
I mean, I wouldn't order that at a restaurant, but on the whole, seems okay. Onto the tray for now.
Okay, chocolate chip pancakes are also a classic. Thing is, while I was at the store getting the chocolate chips, I noticed some peanut butter morsels next to them. We all know that those two things work great together, so we're going to put them both in the pancake.
That's a little chocolate. That might be too much. Some chocolate, and peanut butter. You know, he says this is when you should add it in, but I'm really starting to think that you should add it into the batter. Because really, I'm just baking these when I flip them. In this case, melting them. Yeah, this needed to be worked into the batter. We'll see how it goes. Nope. Yeah, no, wiggle. Crap. That'll work. It'll be fine.
In case you missed that sound, it was meh, which is not exactly a helpful adjective in the world of food criticism.
It doesn't really matter because everything under it is about to turn into chocolatey syrup. It'll be fun. Well, not as bad as that could have been. So, alright, let's plate it all up and see how everything ends up. Serious? Whatever. That's a mess. So I've got my Reese's peanut butter pancakes, my fruit cocktail pancakes, and the blueberry pancakes. A little bit of butter on it all. Let's just, let's start. Of course, you gotta have some toppings to go on top. Is syrup. Let's start with that. Just go with the syrup for the fruit cocktail pancakes. It's a good year. Well, we're cooked all the way through, which is kind of better than I had expected, that alone. Well, the fruit addition aside, the pancake itself was good. I mean, is it better than the instant stuff you buy in the store, though? That, we might have to wait and see, like, after a couple of more times. I'll have to actually try it out, I think, a few more times, get used to it, make sure that I actually cook it properly, a little bit more properly than what you saw. That was good. So the fruit was a pretty good idea. It definitely mixes it up. So I thought, for the, what would you put with peanut butter and chocolate? How about honey? Let's just throw that on there. Hey, those are also cooked all the way through. Yeah, that's why I'm not really about chocolate pancakes. The chocolate is just too bitter. So I wouldn't, yes, honey and syrup. Let's try both, because let's face it. Without syrup, pancakes are just too dry. They do have a good texture, though. I'm growing on the semi-instant pancakes. So, I mean, yeah, you can do it. Yeah, the peanut butter bits help, I think. It levels out the bitterness of the chocolate chips. Or now for the blueberry pancakes. I have a special idea for a topping for them. And the answer is leftover curry sauce. And if you're asking yourself right now, why would you do that? I respond with, why wouldn't you do that? Oh, you know this is gonna be good. Now remember, we need the curry sauce because we burned this first batch. Not burned, we charred the first batch. Okay. And the answer is Yes. Blueberry curry pancakes are the answer. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore, but this is pretty good.
So, well, I will once again reiterate the sheer and utter brilliance that is blueberry curry pancakes. Patent pending. I do find myself a little conflicted about the semi-instant pancake mix on the whole. Because the thing is, the mix itself works fine, tastes fine, the texture is fine. They even cooked all the way through, which was questionable there for a little while. And they took the extra flavor additions well enough, and things turned out fine. You know, fine. But I don't know if fine, air quoting a lot today, I don't know if fine is enough reason to go through all the effort to make pancakes from scratch. I mean, is it really worth the whole separating of the eggs, buying the buttermilk, which I don't normally keep on hand, taking all that extra time if the results are fine? Still, fine is in fact fine, so we can rate the pancakes on the scale. I think I did pretty well. Not as well as I could have done. It's going to take a little bit of practice. But yeah, I mean, it's in this fine area. Let's put it there for now. However, the blueberry curry pancakes will require their own special notation up a little bit higher. Well, anyway, that's it for today. So thanks again, everyone, for watching, and especially thanks for anyone who's actually subscribed so far. I really do appreciate it. So turn in next week as I continue to work my way through every good H recipe ever.